Hi, it's Philip Lorenzo, COO of Accru, and I'm going to do a demo walkthrough with you on how Accru works. This is a piece of software that we're so proud to have developed, and it's one where you get to empower your clients to pay on time and even faster, and to make both you and them happy about the communication process on making payments on their invoices. So let's get started. We're going to go ahead and start really simply with logging in. I'm going to sign with Google, which you can do after you have created your account. So let's go and do that. It's going to go ahead and take me through. It'll log me in. And what you're going to see immediately, the first screen is going to be your customer screen. This is the screen that represents your customer base. This has a very simple listing. And what I can do here immediately to sort through my customers is I can click here on this ellipses and go ahead and look either sorting by open balance or sorting by the name of the customer. If I sort by the name, I can go ahead and have it start in descending order, or I can have it, ascending order, and then I can have it go ahead and start in descending order. So there's that. I can also sort by the open balance, where I can go by who's ever fully paid, and I can also go by whoever has payments due. And so at this point, you're looking at your customers, and as you hover over each one, you're going to notice they highlight. And when they highlight, you're going to be able to click on one of them. And let's click here, for example. And I'm going to click on this. The moment I click on this card, it's going to reveal another card. And it's going to reveal the name of the client, the balance, if they're overdue. And then you're going to see a few details. You'll see contacts that you may have added or not. You're going to see their current invoices, the current status of those invoices, and then the amount. Projects is coming soon. We're really excited about that. And then connections, which is another thing that we're in the works. So we can go ahead and assume that one of the first things you want to do when you're on here is actually, how do I get a customer of mine to see everything that they are due and to also see how much work has been done, right? And so a great way to do that QuickBooks doesn't quite have right and other groups haven't quite got it right, which is a statement view, a very simple to use statement view. So if I go to share statement, I'm going to click here, and the moment I click on share statement, I'm going to go ahead and have a couple options. One, I can email those directly to the client, and that will have a really beautiful template that is Accru provided that will go ahead and email your clients to share a statement. You also have another option to do that, and this will allow me to show you what a statement looks like. You have the option to go ahead and click the link here to copy. So you're going to notice that the link was copied. And then what I can do is I can go ahead and go into another tab and simply paste that in. And now what I can do with this link, it is a link that is only viewable by the people that receive it. I can send this link to my client in a more personalized email that I can construct on my own. And I can include this link in the email to have my client review the statement. And the wonderful thing about the statement view is it gives a holistic picture of the relationship in payables between my customer and me. And so what this does is it informs them immediately, here's your statement, uses Accru to make it easy for you to track bills and make payments. And there is another tab to learn more about Accru, and this is a interactive page, so they can go ahead and click here. They can learn about Accru. They can go back here, look at their total balance. They can look at how many open invoices they have. They could look at how many overdue invoices they have. And of course, they can see it by particular stages, whether it's 1 to 30 days, 31 to 60 days, 60 beyond. And also they can sort by, okay, I have what's open. What is overdue right now? Thankfully, nothing overdue. Great, right? But if they did, this would show up here. Anything that's paid, oh, we haven't paid anything yet. So let's get to paying some stuff, right? So then we go to open. At this point, now in this statement view, your client is looking at it and they can just immediately go to take some action, right? And this is what you want them to do. You want them to see a complete picture of what they owe, and you want it to be really easy to view. So I'm going to zoom in just a little bit on the image, on the page. So you can see here, I can now take an action immediately here. I can view pay. And currently we have the payment through QuickBooks option. Coming soon is a more diverse payment provider that will have different options, and that's going to be in the works. We will have an updated video for that. But for now, here is the actual way that you can make payments, which is through QuickBooks. It takes QuickBooks to go ahead and actually create these, sync this data to Accru, so then they can take action, make the payment here. Now, if I go back to Accru and I go to vendors, this is if a client gets Accru in their system, and also you as a user, if you have vendors that you pay, you can go ahead and see all of the different vendors that you have. You can go ahead and do the same thing. We can sort by open balance, and we can also sort by name, and then we can go ahead and see who our vendors are. You can also get a complete view of all the invoices you have, and you have a lot of customization here on your views. You can view all the statuses, whether they're overdue. You can view any that have been paid, all that have been paid. You can also sort by customer, so you can actually enter a customer name. So if I wanted to enter, some name of a customer, I can immediately have an autofill, which will populate to a recommendation that I can click, and then go ahead. Once I click on that, it'll give me all the paid invoices from this particular customer. I can go and once I click out of this, the X, it'll just remove that condition. I could also range it by date, so I can do month to date, year to date. It's a wide range that I can go ahead and cover. This is very customizable. And of course, it gives you a complete picture of your open invoices and your overdue, which are the two main numbers that you're constantly worrying about if you're in accounts payable. You're worried about how much is open, and you're definitely worried about how much is overdue. So those two numbers show themselves pretty clearly on this invoice view. Bills, same idea. You get to see how many you're overdue and how many are open. And then finally, projects again, which is coming soon. That's going to be really great. But what we've done at Accru is we've made this interface and we've made this product pretty focused. It is focused on getting accounts payable and a great conversation, and also make it easy for people to make their payments and also see where they are in their work with you and in their current payment status without any second guessing, without having to just look at invoices. They get a complete picture, which you can then send. Another powerful part about Accru is reminder settings. So if I go here to organization settings and invoice reminders, I can actually do automated invoice reminders, which are actually quite powerful. I could do invoice reminders and I could do overdue notifications. And those are pretty powerful, which include ready-made templates that can pump through your messaging. There's also other options for white labeling, but that's a whole different conversation. If you want to use white label services, definitely consult our sales teams. But this is a really powerful tool along with the statement view that will enable your customers to take action on payment. Organization settings, you can make it very easy to add people to your organization. We have payment methods. We're working on that, like I discussed before in the video. And of course, the big one, syncing your settings. We will have an auto sync methodology soon, but for now, just remember when you go into Accru, you would have to go ahead and sync. It's as simple as just clicking the Sync Now button. It loads up a simple indicator on the bottom right-hand side of your screen, which will go ahead and indicate where it is at in syncing. We sync invoices, we sync invoice payments, we sync bills, and we sync bill payments, and we also sync vendors and customers. So those are the fields that we do sync with. And once we have those populated and complete, you will have a message that will allow you to go ahead and confirm that. We also have some very granular controls as far as logs. You can actually see, well, we're kind of it's syncing, probably that's why we couldn't see logs right now. But you can go into logs and see how many have actually synced, or if there are any sync errors or anything like that. And certainly you can look at your connections requests, and that is another way to look at Accru connections here, which we're still kind of tinkering with, but is pretty set to be ready. So this is Accru. It's a great way to enable your customers to feel really happy and secure about paying for the work. And I think that's a really important way to diffuse any conflict. I think this is a really good tool to resolve conflict around payments, because a lot of time payment issues is just about information. It's just about whether you have all the relevant information or not. And as soon as the project feature gets fully baked into the product, that's going to even make it better because now you're going to have payment information that will, project information that will be able to give your customer insight. How much has been completed of a product? How's my project budget? Is it actually fitting? Am I paying for the work that I'm getting, right? Those resolutions can happen with some information simply on a page that allows the customer to feel good about making a payment. And that's where you want to be when you use a product like this. So I hope this really long demo version gave you an idea of what this product is about. I would highly recommend when you use Accru to take your time, but at the same time, identify customers that you have a good rapport with, that you can introduce the product to through I would recommend a personalized email with an information around, we're using Accru to communicate accounts payable. Here is your statement. I hope this is helpful to give you an understanding of where you are in what you owe and also what has been accrued for your work with us. And so that is a really good tool. And I think one that you can get started gingerly and iteratively. And then as soon as you build up the muscle memory and as soon as you build up the familiarity with the tool with your customers, then we can go into invoice reminders and we can go into actually sending invoices at your cadence through Accru and have it be a very seamless way to funnel communications on your payments and also to help you make your payments as well on time. So keeping people happy, that's what Accru is about. I hope you're happy to have watched this video. And if you have any feedback, please go ahead and email us. I believe the email is info@accru.co. And with that being said, enjoy Accru. Please give us feedback, and we hope to hear from you soon about some great stories on you getting paid on time.